What if your most captivating quality was not something you wore, but something you emanated? What if true radiance was an inner fire, invisible to the eye, yet profoundly felt by all who encountered you? The Stoics knew the secret to this enduring allure, a presence that transcends mere looks. This is the journey to discovering that immutable core, that steadfast glow that illuminates from within, a beacon of authentic selfhood. Unlock True Presence, Stoic Inner Glow Forget Looks, compiled and published by Stoic Ruler. Lesson 1. True Glow, Not Surface. Imagine, if you will, holding two distinct objects within your grasp. In one hand, you cradle a piece of costume jewelry, a bauble designed for immediate arresting glitter under any available light. Its surface, a constellation of artificial stones and polished metal, dazzles the eye, capturing attention for a fleeting moment, a testament to ephemeral allure. In your other hand rests a raw, uncut diamond, unassuming in its initial presentation, perhaps even appearing somewhat rough, its true potential veiled to the untrained observer. The costume jewelry represents the surface show, that relentless, societally driven pursuit of fleeting trends, the meticulously cultivated external image, the often desperate and exhausting chase for the validation that comes from external approval. The diamond is the true glow, the inherent, unshakable quality of a well-ordered soul. The inner conflict we face is society's relentless pressure to focus on the surface, to invest all our energy in the glittering trinket of external appearance. The problem is that this surface show is fragile. It tarnishes easily, requires constant upkeep, and leaves us feeling insecure, forever comparing our glitter to others. The pain is the dawning, heart-sinking realization that no conceivable amount of external polish, no matter how expertly applied, can ever truly fill the cavernous emptiness within, an emptiness carved out by the neglect of our inner landscape. The transformative solution, a profound turning point offered by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, is to consciously and deliberately shift our focus from the ephemeral, deceptive glitter of the surface to the enduring, inherent brilliance of the diamond that lies within each of us. It is an embrace of the deep Stoic understanding that true radiance, the kind of resonant presence that genuinely captivates, inspires, and draws others in, emanates not from artifice, but from a well-cultivated inner character, from a soul meticulously ordered and aligned with virtue. The core idea is that essential qualities such as profound wisdom, unshakable resilience, unwavering courage, and deep, abiding tranquility possess an intrinsic, undeniable glow, far more compelling, far more magnetic than any fleeting physical attribute or carefully constructed external appearance. This inner glow, this authentic luminescence, is not something you can simply put on like a garment or apply like a cosmetic. It is the very essence of who you are when you are living in accordance with your highest self. It is the natural, unforced light of a soul in serene harmony with virtue and reason. To begin this pivotal, life-altering shift, you must make a conscious, unwavering commitment to prioritize the cultivation of your internal world over the endless polishing of your external facade. This is not a one-time decision, but a daily rededication. For one full day, as an initial experiment in this new orientation, make it your deliberate practice to redirect every ounce of thought and energy that you would normally expend on your outward appearance. The anxieties about attire, the preoccupation with perceived flaws, the mental gymnastics of image management, towards a singular act of inner cultivation. Instead of an extra 10 minutes fussing over your looks, invest that precious time in a period of quiet, introspective reflection. Read a passage of Stoic wisdom, allowing its ancient truths to permeate your understanding. Practice a moment of focused, heartfelt gratitude, acknowledging the non-material gifts in your life. When you find your mind reflexively worrying about what others might think of your appearance, consciously and firmly pivot. Intercept that habitual thought pattern and replace it with a more empowering inquiry. How can I be more genuinely present in this moment? How can I act with greater virtue? How can I strengthen my resilience to face whatever this day may bring? The enduring benefit of this diligent and consistent practice is the gradual, transformative unearthing of your own invaluable inner diamond. you will begin to cultivate and feel a profound sense of self-worth that is not precariously perched on the shifting sands of external validation, but is instead deeply rooted in the bedrock of your own character. A quiet, unshakable confidence will begin to emanate from your very core, a confidence that needs no external applause because it is self-sourced and self-sustained. The positive transformation is a profound metamorphosis. From being a person anxiously and endlessly tending to a fragile, superficial surface shine, always fearful of its dimming, to becoming a person who authentically and effortlessly embodies an unshakable, luminous inner glow. Your call to action, your first step on this empowering path, is to begin this shift today, right now. Choose one specific, habitual surface show activity. Perhaps it's excessive mirror checking or compulsive social media comparison, and consciously, deliberately replace it with one dedicated, true glow practice, such as mindful breathing or an act of kindness. This is not a race, but a continuous, rewarding journey of meticulously mining and polishing the diamond within. This internally generated glow, this authentic luminescence, is not some mystical gift bestowed upon a fortunate few. It is, in fact, a fire, a vital energy that must be intentionally and deliberately ignited, then patiently and consistently tended. Our next lesson explores the Stoic method for starting and nurturing this radiant inner flame. To continue this profound journey towards authentic presence and inner radiance, please ensure you subscribe to Stoic Ruler and express your support by liking this video. Lesson 2. Igniting your Stoic inner glow. Imagine yourself in the heart of a vast, silent wilderness, tasked with the essential act of starting a fire. You do not commence with an immediate roaring blaze, for that is not the nature of fire starting. Instead, you begin with the smallest, most fundamental element, a single spark, born from a conscious intention, a deliberate act of will. With patient care, you then gather the driest, most receptive kindling, small, easily combustible materials like fine twigs and dried leaves, and you gently, meticulously nurture that nascent spark. You shield it from the harsh winds of distraction, patiently coaxing it, breathing life into it until it catches and blossoms into a small, hesitant flame. It is only then, by gradually, thoughtfully adding larger pieces of wood, that you can hope to build a steady, robust, self-sustaining fire, one that radiates an abundance of warmth and illuminating light. Your Stoic inner glow, that profound radiance we seek, is precisely this fire. The inner conflict that often plagues us is the simultaneous, ardent desire for this radiant presence, coupled with a frustrating, disempowering belief that it is an innate quality, a fixed trait, something you either possess from birth or are destined to live without. The inherent problem with this perspective is that, lacking a clear, actionable understanding of how this inner fire is truly built, our sporadic attempts to cultivate it often prove haphazard, inconsistent, and ultimately discouraging. These perceived failures then tragically reinforce the false, limiting notion that authentic inner radiance is beyond our reach. We find ourselves searching for a quick fix, a metaphorical magic log that will instantly produce a roaring blaze, rather than committing to the patient, essential work of gathering and arranging the kindling. The transformative solution, offered with profound clarity by Stoic philosophy, is to fully understand and internalize the truth that your inner glow is not something you simply find or are gifted. It is something you meticulously and deliberately forge. This inner fire is ignited by the initial spark of conscious choice, the decision to prioritize inner cultivation, and it is fueled by the consistent, unwavering application of core Stoic principles. These ancient yet eternally relevant principles are the very kindling that will feed your flame. The core idea is that the cardinal virtues, wisdom, manifesting as clear, rational judgment and an understanding of what is truly good, bad, or indifferent; courage, the capacity to face discomfort, fear, and adversity with fortitude; justice, the commitment to act with fairness, integrity, and honor towards oneself and others; and temperance, the practice of self-mastery, moderation, and inner balance, are not merely abstract philosophical concepts. They are, in fact, potent, highly combustible fuel for your burgeoning inner fire. Each and every time you make a conscious choice to live in alignment with these virtues, each time you prioritize reason over reactivity or integrity over expediency, you are adding another vital piece of kindling to that initial spark. You are actively, consciously fanning the flames of your own unique inner glow, making it brighter, stronger, and more resilient. To truly begin the powerful process of igniting your personal Stoic fire, you must select one core Stoic principle and make it your deliberate, unwavering focus for a clearly defined period, perhaps a week to begin with. For instance, you might choose to dedicate your focused attention to mastering the dichotomy of control, the fundamental Stoic understanding of what is and what is not within your power. Throughout this dedicated week, your ongoing practice is to consciously and diligently apply this single principle to every situation that arises, particularly those that tend to provoke stress or anxiety within you. When you feel the familiar surge of anxiety, pause. Intercept that feeling and ask the crucial question: is the cause of this anxiety truly within my sphere of control, or does it lie outside of it? If its source is external and uncontrollable, the weather, the opinions of others, past events, you then actively practice the art of letting go, consciously refusing to feed that anxiety with the precious energy of your thoughts and emotions. If, however, the source of the anxiety lies within your control, your own thoughts, your judgments, your immediate actions, you then deliberately direct your focused energy there with clarity and purpose. This dedicated, focused application of a single powerful principle is akin to carefully, reverently placing a perfectly dry, receptive piece of kindling onto the initial spark of your intention, providing the ideal conditions for it to catch and grow. The undeniable benefit of this dedicated and mindful practice is that you will begin to feel the first tangible warmth emanating from your nascent inner fire. You will start to experience small, yet deeply significant and encouraging shifts in your overall peace of mind, your capacity for resilience in the face of challenges, and your profound sense of personal agency and self-direction. The positive transformation is a movement away from feeling like a disempowered individual searching fruitlessly in the dark for a non-existent light switch, towards becoming a proactive, capable person who deeply understands the mechanics of how to build their own sustaining fire, piece by deliberate piece. Your motivational practice, your immediate call to action, is to select your very first piece of kindling right now. Choose one core Stoic principle that resonates with you. Perhaps it is the practice of radical acceptance of what you cannot change, or a deep, mindful appreciation for the richness of the present moment, and make a conscious, unwavering commitment to practice it with diligence and sincerity for the next 7 days. This disciplined application is the continuous, rewarding journey of meticulously tending to and nurturing your unique inner flame, ensuring it grows into a beacon of strength and tranquility. Once this vital inner fire is successfully ignited and consistently tended, its light, its warmth, its undeniable energy begins to manifest tangibly in the world. It becomes a palpable quality of your being, a distinct aura that others can sense. Our next lesson delves deeper into how to truly feel, embody, and project this genuine, authentic presence into all your interactions. To learn more about the diverse and potent fuels available for your inner fire, and to join a community committed to this path, please subscribe to Stoic Ruler and share in the comments which Stoic principle you have chosen to begin your journey with. Lesson 3. Feel your genuine presence. Imagine for a moment 2 individuals occupying the same quiet, contemplative room. The first person is undeniably physically present. Their body occupies space. They breathe the same air. Yet it is equally clear that their mind is 1,000 miles away, lost in a labyrinth of replaying past regrets, consumed by a whirlwind of anxieties about an imagined future, or incessantly, almost compulsively, distracted by the siren call of their phone. They are, in essence, like a ghost in the room, a hollow outline, their physical form devoid of true energetic engagement. The second person, however, though perhaps uttering no words, sitting in perfect stillness, possesses an entirely different quality. Their attention is not fragmented, but keenly focused. Their mind is not turbulent, but profoundly still. Their energy is not scattered but gathered and centered. They are, in the truest sense of the word, fully there. Their presence is not just observable but palpable, like a calm, deep, crystal-clear pool of water that not only draws you in with its serenity, but also, remarkably, makes you feel more acutely present yourself. The inner conflict that we so often grapple with, a source of much underlying discontent, is this frequent, unsettling experience of being the ghost, physically occupying one space while our mental and emotional energies are chaotically dispersed across a dozen others. The fundamental problem with this state of disembodied existence is that this pervasive lack of genuine presence leaves us feeling profoundly disconnected. Disconnected from our authentic selves, disconnected from the people around us, and ultimately disconnected from the vibrant tapestry of life itself. Our interactions consequently lack depth and resonance. Our experiences are stripped of their potential richness and texture, and we tragically miss the subtle, often breathtaking beauty of the very moment we are actually physically inhabiting. The pervasive pain of this condition is a quiet, gnawing sense of unreality, a feeling of living life at a perpetual, frustrating remove, as if watching it unfold behind a pane of glass. The transformative solution, a cornerstone of Stoic practice and a direct pathway to profound inner peace, is to dedicate oneself to mastering the ancient art of prosoche, which translates roughly to attention, but in its deeper Stoic sense means a vigilant, mindful, and ethically informed focus. It is the conscious, deliberate, and continuous act of anchoring your mind firmly in the present moment, recognizing it as the sole arena where life truly, tangibly unfolds. The core idea is that genuine presence, that magnetic quality of being fully there, is not some happy accident of temperament or a randomly bestowed state. It is in fact a meticulously cultivated skill, a testament to inner discipline. It is the hard-won ability to gather your scattered, fragmented awareness from the far-flung corners of past regrets and future anxieties, and to bring it to bear, with gentle yet unwavering focus, upon the immediate, unfolding reality of the here and now. This deeply embodied state of mindful awareness, this full cooperation of mind and body in the present, is the ultimate source of that deeply felt presence, the specific quality that infuses interactions with authenticity and experiences with unparalleled vibrancy. To begin the rewarding process of cultivating your own genuine presence, you must rigorously practice the discipline of single tasking with your full, undivided attention. Our hyper-stimulated modern world relentlessly conditions us for fragmented attention, for a constant flitting between multiple stimuli. But the cultivation of true presence demands precisely the opposite, a radical commitment to unitary focus. Choose one specific activity today. It could be something as simple as a conversation with a loved one, the seemingly mundane act of eating your lunch, or even the routine chore of washing the dishes, and make a solemn commitment to give it your entire, unfragmented focus. When your mind, as it inevitably will, begins to wander into distraction, gently, patiently, and without any form of self-criticism, guide it back to the task at hand. Actively engage your senses. Feel the physical sensations involved. Listen intently to the ambient sounds. Observe the intricate details of your immediate environment. This focused engagement is the dedicated training ground for your faculty of attention. Each time you consciously retrieve your mind from its wanderings and return it to the present task, you are performing a crucial repetition, strengthening your presence muscle, making it more resilient and more capable of sustained focus. The profound and life-enhancing benefit of this disciplined practice is a significant, palpable deepening of your connection to life in all its multifaceted richness. You will begin to experience ordinary, everyday moments with an extraordinary vibrancy and depth that was previously obscured by your scattered attention. Your interactions with others will become more authentic, more resonant, and far more meaningful, primarily because they will tangibly feel the respect and engagement inherent in your focused, undivided attention. The positive transformation is a journey from being a spectral ghost, haunting the periphery of your own existence, to becoming a fully embodied, actively engaged participant in the unfolding drama of your life. deeply connected to the vibrant, ever-present reality of the now. Your specific call to action, your immediate opportunity for practice, is to select one specific activity from your schedule for today and designate it as your presence practice. Commit to immersing yourself in it completely, with all your senses and all your awareness. This focused immersion is the continuous, rewarding journey of learning to truly, authentically show up for your own life, moment by precious moment. This state of genuine, embodied presence is not merely an end in itself. It also serves as the crucial gateway to unlocking an even deeper, more potent internal force that resides within you. Our next lesson will explore, in detail, how to consciously access and harness this profound, deep Stoic power. To continue your journey of deepening your presence and uncovering your innate capacities, please express your support by liking this video and subscribing to Stoic Ruler for ongoing guidance. Lesson 4. Unlock your deep Stoic power. Imagine walking across a seemingly ordinary, even mundane landscape. Rolling fields stretch before you, interspersed with familiar trees, perhaps a gently meandering stream. On the surface, it appears unremarkable, the common terrain of everyday life, easily overlooked. But beneath this unassuming surface, unknown and unsuspected by most who traverse it, flows a vast, powerful subterranean river, a hidden, inexhaustible source of immense energy, latent potential, and profound, unshakable strength. This deep, concealed river is a metaphor for your innate Stoic power, a core of resilience and agency that lies within you, often untapped. The inner conflict that many of us pervasively experience is the persistent, disempowering feeling of being weak, excessively reactive, and easily overwhelmed by the relentless onslaught of external events or the turbulent currents of our own emotions. We tend to live primarily on the surface of our beings, constantly buffeted by the shifting winds of circumstance, largely unaware of the immense reserves of strength, fortitude, and calm command that lie dormant, waiting to be discovered within our own core. The fundamental problem arising from this lack of awareness is that this ignorance of our own intrinsic inner power effectively keeps us playing small, confined by self-imposed limitations. We come to believe, often unconsciously, that we are fundamentally at the mercy of circumstance, because we have never been taught, nor have we endeavored to learn, how to tap into the unwavering, steadfast strength of our own essential nature. The pervasive pain born from this condition is a life lived at only a fraction of its true potential. A life shadowed by a persistent, gnawing sense that something vital is missing or unfulfilled. The transformative solution, a central tenet of Stoic philosophy and practice, is to consciously choose to become an intrepid explorer of your own inner landscape. This means deliberately seeking out, connecting with, and learning to harness this deep, intrinsic Stoic power. The core idea, articulated with profound clarity by Stoic thinkers throughout the ages, is that our ultimate, unassailable power resides not in the manipulation of external conditions or outcomes, but within our hegemonicon, our ruling faculty of reason, our innate capacity for conscious choice, deliberate judgment, and virtuous action. This inner citadel of reason is the true, inexhaustible source of that powerful underground river. While it is an undeniable truth that we cannot always control the specific events that happen to us, we possess, at all times and in all circumstances, the absolute and inviolable power to choose our response to those events, to consciously master our judgments about them, and to act with unwavering virtue regardless of the situation. Unlocking this formidable power means internalizing the profound realization that you are, in fact, the ultimate architect of your inner world, and therefore, by direct implication, the undisputed master of your own experience of life. To begin the empowering process of unlocking this deep Stoic power and integrating it into your daily existence, you must diligently practice acting from a place of conscious, reasoned choice, rather than from habitual, emotional reaction. When you are confronted with a challenge, a setback, or any form of provocation, you must train yourself to resist the powerful, often overwhelming urge to immediately react from a place of emotional turbulence. Instead, you must cultivate the habit of the sacred pause. In that crucial interval, consciously connect with your ruling faculty, your inner Stoic sage. Ask yourself with sincere intent, what is the wise, virtuous, and ultimately most effective course of action here? What response aligns most closely with my deepest principles and values? What, in this specific moment, is truly and unequivocally within my power to influence or control? Having engaged in this inner dialogue, you then act deliberately, purposefully, and calmly from this centered place of reasoned choice, not from the chaotic, often destructive, surface currents of unchecked emotion. Each time you successfully navigate a situation in this manner, you are effectively drilling a new, deeper well down to that powerful, life-sustaining underground river of your innate strength. The enduring and deeply rewarding benefit of this consistent practice is the discovery and cultivation of a profound, unwavering, and unshakable inner strength. You will begin to experience a pervasive sense of calm command, an inner equilibrium that remains steadfast even in the very midst of external chaos and uncertainty. The positive transformation is a fundamental shift in your mode of being. From a person who is easily thrown off balance by the slightest disturbance, constantly reacting to the whims of fate, to becoming a person who is deeply rooted, drawing inexhaustible strength and resilience from an ever-present, reliable inner source. This cultivated inner power is the authentic wellspring of true, unshakable confidence. Your motivational practice, your immediate opportunity to engage with this lesson, is to identify one specific situation that you anticipate encountering today, where you might typically react from a place of emotion. Instead, make a conscious commitment to pause, to consult your inner reason, and to choose a response that clearly reflects your deep, intrinsic Stoic power. This deliberate engagement is the continuous, empowering journey of tapping into and actively utilizing your inherent, often overlooked strength. This deep inner power, once consistently accessed and intentionally cultivated, begins to naturally and effortlessly radiate outward from your being. It creates a unique and compelling form of influence, a quiet authority that others can sense and are often drawn to. Our next lesson will explore in detail how this cultivated inner strength becomes the authentic source of genuine, lasting charisma. If you are truly ready to unlock the vast reservoir of power that resides within you, please demonstrate your commitment by subscribing to Stoic Ruler and sharing your valuable insights in the comments section below. Lesson 5. Authentic charisma from within. Imagine, for a moment, two distinct individuals, both endeavoring to capture your attention and make a positive impression. The first individual is akin to a polished performer on a stage. Their smiles are dazzling, but perhaps a touch too practiced. Their gestures are animated, but feel carefully rehearsed, and their words, though perhaps eloquent, seem chosen more for effect than for genuine expression. Their charisma, while potentially engaging for a fleeting moment, carries the subtle yet unmistakable air of a performance, a well-constructed act meticulously designed to impress and win approval. It may hold your attention superficially, but it often leaves a lingering, indefinable sense of superficiality, a feeling that you have witnessed a facade rather than encountered a genuine human being. The second individual, however, possesses an entirely different, more resonant quality. They may be quieter, less overtly demonstrative, perhaps even unassuming at first glance. Yet, their presence is undeniably compelling. They listen with a deep, focused intensity that makes you feel truly heard. They speak with a quiet conviction that lends weight to their words, and they emanate an almost palpable sense of inner peace, self-assurance, and profound authenticity. Their charisma feels entirely natural, unforced, and deeply, genuinely attractive because it seems to spring from an unshakable inner core. The inner conflict that many of us experience is the understandable human desire to be charismatic, to be influential, to be liked, which often leads us down the path of trying to emulate the performer. We attempt to adopt artificial personas, mimic the mannerisms of those we perceive as charismatic, or employ tactics we believe will make us more appealing. The fundamental problem with this approach is that inauthentic charisma, like a poorly forged coin, is easily detected. It lacks the substantial weight of genuine character, the resonance of true self-possession, and consequently, it often repels more than it attracts, or at best achieves only a shallow, transient connection. The pervasive pain of this path is the exhausting, soul-wearying effort of constantly maintaining a false front, and the profound, often unspoken, loneliness that stems from feeling fundamentally unseen and unappreciated for who we truly are beneath the mask. The transformative solution, a cornerstone of the Stoic path to a well-lived life, is to understand that true, lasting charisma is not a performance to be perfected, but an emanation to be cultivated. It is the natural, unforced outward expression of a soul that is well-ordered, a mind that is at peace, and a character that is deeply rooted in virtue. The core idea, profoundly simple yet revolutionary in its implications, is that authentic charisma arises organically and inevitably from a consistent dedication to inner work. The building of virtue, the achievement of self-mastery, the cultivation of genuine presence, and the attainment of profound inner peace. It is the quiet, unmistakable radiance of a person who is deeply, unreservedly comfortable in their own skin, whose actions are in perfect alignment with their deeply held values, and who is in calm, rational command of their own inner world. This authentic charisma is not something you consciously do to others. It is, quite simply, a reflection of who you are when you are living from your most centered, virtuous self. It is the subtle but powerful inner glow made manifest in your interactions with the world. To begin cultivating this deeply authentic and compelling charisma, you must paradoxically stop trying to be charismatic. Instead, you must redirect your focus and energy entirely towards the essential inner work we have been exploring in our previous lessons. Commit yourself wholeheartedly to building your Stoic fire, piece by piece. Dedicate yourself to cultivating genuine, moment-to-moment presence in all your interactions. Work diligently to unlock and harness your deep, intrinsic Stoic power. Live by your chosen principles with unwavering integrity, not for show, but for the sake of your own character. As you engage in this profound internal work, without any conscious intention of impressing others or seeking their approval, your authentic charisma will begin to emerge, naturally and effortlessly, like a flower turning towards the sun. Your actions, rooted in virtue and reason, will speak with far greater eloquence than any practiced words. Your quiet, self-possessed confidence will be infinitely more compelling and attractive than any forced, superficial charm. The enduring benefit of this inside-out approach is the development of a charisma that is both profoundly attractive and effortlessly sustainable, precisely because it is an authentic expression of your true, cultivated self. People will find themselves drawn not to a carefully constructed image, but to your palpable authenticity, your unwavering integrity, and the undeniable sense of calm, centered strength that you project into the world. The positive transformation is a shift from being an anxious, insecure performer constantly seeking the spotlight and the applause of others, to becoming a genuine, resonant presence, naturally commanding respect, admiration, and authentic connection simply by being who you are. Your call to action is to focus this week not on how you are perceived, but on how authentically you are living your Stoic principles. Let go of the distracting need to impress, and focus on the desire to be virtuous, present, and self-possessed. This disciplined focus is the continuous, rewarding journey of allowing your authentic inner charisma to shine forth brightly from within. This authentic charisma, this compelling emanation of a well-ordered soul, is deeply rooted in a form of strength that far surpasses and ultimately outshines mere physical appearance or superficial attributes. Our next lesson will delve into the critical importance of cultivating this deeper, more enduring, and infinitely more valuable kind of power. To continue your journey toward unlocking your authentic influence and inner radiance, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to Stoic Ruler for more timeless wisdom. Lesson 6. Deeper strength than looks. Imagine, if you will, two imposing statues standing side by side in a grand gallery, each representing a different conception of strength and value. The first statue is a marvel of delicate artistry, exquisitely beautiful, carved from a pristine, highly polished marble. Its features are classically perfect, its form aesthetically pleasing from every conceivable angle. It draws immediate admiration for its surface perfection. However, this magnificent sculpture is entirely hollow. A moderately strong gust of wind could potentially topple it. A careless, accidental blow could easily shatter its fragile beauty into 1,000 irreparable pieces. The second statue, standing in stark contrast, is perhaps less ornate, maybe even a little rugged in its appearance, forged not from delicate marble but from solid, unyielding iron. It may not possess the same immediate, delicate aesthetic appeal as the first, but it radiates an undeniable, almost palpable presence of immense strength and enduring power. This iron pillar can withstand any storm, endure any impact without flinching, and its formidable power is clearly inherent, unyielding, and deeply reassuring. The inner conflict that we consistently face in our modern society is its overwhelming, almost obsessive, emphasis on the perceived value of the first statue, on the paramount importance of physical appearance, on the fleeting currency of looks, as the primary and often sole source of a man's perceived value, his influence, and his strength. The fundamental problem with this societal preoccupation is that physical attractiveness by its very nature is ephemeral, superficial, and ultimately, if not supported by genuine inner substance, hollow and meaningless. Basing one's entire self-worth on the shifting sands of physical appearance is akin to building your house upon a foundation of quicksand. It inevitably leads to a life plagued by insecurity, a desperate, unending fear of the natural processes of aging, the discovery of perceived imperfections, or the constant, gnawing anxiety of comparison with others. The transformative solution, a cornerstone of the Stoic path to a life of meaning and resilience, is to consciously and deliberately shift your focus away from the ultimately futile task of endlessly sculpting the delicate, fragile marble of external appearance, and instead to dedicate your energies to the far more rewarding and enduring work of forging the solid, unbreakable iron of your character. The core idea, a timeless truth championed by Stoic philosophers, is that true, lasting strength, the kind of profound inner fortitude that makes a man genuinely high value, deeply resilient, and authentically admirable, is found not in the superficialities of fleeting looks, but in the enduring, cultivated qualities of the soul. These are the classical Stoic virtues: wisdom, the ability to discern what is truly good, bad, and indifferent, and to navigate life with clear judgment; justice, the unwavering commitment to fairness, integrity, and honorable conduct towards oneself and others; courage, the fortitude to face pain, danger, and adversity without succumbing to fear; and temperance, the practice of moderation, self-control, and inner balance in all things. This deeply forged inner strength is truly formidable and profoundly attractive in a way that transcends the physical. It does not fade or diminish with the passage of time. In fact, it only grows stronger, more tempered, and more resilient through the inevitable fires and challenges of experience. This is the deeper, more resonant strength that commands genuine, lasting respect and enables a life lived with profound purpose and meaning. To begin the vital process of forging this unbreakable iron pillar within your own being, you must make the daily, conscious cultivation of these virtues your paramount and unwavering concern. Each day, life will present you with countless, often subtle, opportunities to exercise and strengthen these essential qualities of character. When faced with a complex or difficult decision, consciously choose the path illuminated by wisdom and reason over the seductive allure of immediate impulse or emotional reaction. When you witness an act of injustice, however small or seemingly insignificant, find within yourself the courage to speak out or to act in a way that upholds fairness, even if it requires personal risk or discomfort. When you are tempted by the siren song of excess, in consumption, in emotion, in desire, actively practice the virtue of temperance, choosing balance and self-control. When dealing with others, consistently strive for fairness, empathy, and genuine kindness, even when it is difficult or unreciprocated. Each conscious, deliberate choice to act virtuously, to prioritize character over comfort, is another powerful blow of the hammer in your inner forge. another intense heating that tempers and strengthens the resilient iron of your developing character. The profound and enduring benefit of this diligent and consistent practice is the development of an unshakable inner fortitude, a core of strength that is far more impressive, far more valuable, and ultimately far more attractive than any fleeting physical attribute could ever be. You will begin to possess and project a quiet strength that others can not only sense but also genuinely rely upon, a steadfastness that becomes a source of reassurance in a turbulent world. The positive transformation is a fundamental shift in your very essence, from being a hollow, fragile statue, constantly and anxiously obsessed with preserving its delicate superficial beauty, to becoming a solid, unyielding iron pillar, a potent symbol of enduring power, profound resilience, and authentic, high value. Your motivational practice, your immediate opportunity to engage with this lesson, is to identify one of the cardinal Stoic virtues that you feel is currently least developed within you. For the next 7 days, make it your primary mission to find at least one specific opportunity each day to consciously and deliberately practice and strengthen that particular virtue in your thoughts, words, and actions. This dedicated effort is the continuous, rewarding journey of forging a strength that is far deeper, more meaningful, and infinitely more lasting than mere looks. When this profound inner strength is fully developed, consistently nurtured, and authentically expressed in your daily life, you effectively cease to be a mere subject of your circumstances, tossed about by the whims of fortune. Instead, you become the conscious, deliberate architect of your own life, the master of your own responses. Our final lesson will reveal how to fully embody this empowered state, how to live authentically as the true ruler of your own inner kingdom. To complete your forging and claim your inner sovereignty, subscribe to Stoic Ruler and join our community of aspiring sages. Lesson 7. Live as the Stoic Ruler. Imagine a vast and rich kingdom representing the entirety of your inner world. For many years, perhaps a lifetime, its throne has either sat conspicuously empty, a symbol of absent leadership, or it has been usurped and occupied by a chaotic succession of weak, reactive, and impulsive pretenders. The insidious tyrants of irrational fear, the capricious gestures of fleeting, unexamined desire, the panicked, misguided generals of unchecked emotional reaction. Under such haphazard and illegitimate rule, the kingdom is inevitably in disarray, its vast resources untapped, its immense potential unfulfilled, its citizens, your various faculties and capacities, restless and without clear direction. Then, after a long and arduous journey of self-discovery and disciplined practice, the true heir to this inner throne, forged in the intense crucible of Stoic self-cultivation, finally returns. This heir is you, transformed. You have diligently cultivated profound inner strength, intentionally ignited your authentic inner glow, and consciously unlocked your deep, intrinsic Stoic power. With a quiet, unshakable authority born of self-mastery, and with an unwavering clarity of purpose, you now calmly ascend the steps to your inner throne and, with full awareness and firm resolve, take your rightful place as the wise, just, and benevolent sovereign of your own inner realm. This conscious enthronement is the powerful culmination of the entire Stoic journey. The inner conflict that so often defines the human experience is that constant, often exhausting battle for dominion within ourselves. The struggle between our lower, impulsive, reactive nature and our higher, rational, virtuous self. The fundamental problem arises when we, through ignorance or neglect, allow our lower impulses to rule. When this happens, our lives become characterized by pervasive chaos, cyclical regret, debilitating inconsistency, and a tragic, gnawing failure to live up to the full measure of our true, innate potential. We effectively become a kingdom in perpetual turmoil, ruled by whim and passion rather than wisdom and purpose. The transformative solution, the grand and empowering aim of all Stoic practice, is the conscious, deliberate, and definitive enthronement of your hegemonikon, your ruling faculty of reason, your inner Stoic sage, your highest self, as the ultimate, undisputed, and benevolent guide and authority in every aspect of your life. The core idea, a beacon of hope and empowerment from Stoic philosophy, is that you are, by inherent right and capacity, the legitimate sovereign of your own mind and inner world. To consciously choose to live as the Stoic ruler is to make an unwavering, daily commitment to be guided in all things, every thought, every word, every action, by profound wisdom, unshakable virtue, and deep, compassionate self-awareness. This is not an act of suppression, but one of wise governance. It is the full, embodied expression of your authentic, true presence, the sustained shining of your cultivated inner glow, and the ultimate, inexhaustible source of unshakable confidence and profound inner peace. To make this inner sovereignty not just an abstract ideal, but a lived, daily reality, you must institute a personal, consistent ritual of coronation. This is not a one-time symbolic event, but rather a continuous, daily reaffirmation of your sacred commitment to wise, virtuous self-governance. Each morning, perhaps as you first arise from sleep, or during a dedicated period of quiet reflection and contemplation, take a few focused moments to consciously and intentionally place your inner Stoic ruler upon its rightful throne. You might choose to visualize this powerful act. See yourself calm and resolute ascending to this seat of inner power. Alternatively, or in conjunction, you might utter a quiet, heartfelt affirmation, such as, "Today I choose to live by reason and virtue. Today my highest self will guide all my thoughts, all my words, and all my actions. I am the calm, wise, disciplined, and compassionate ruler of my own inner kingdom." This daily ritual serves to set the unwavering tone for a day lived with clear intention, authentic presence, deep purpose, and unshakable inner sovereignty. The enduring and life-altering benefit of this consistent and dedicated practice is the attainment of a life characterized by profound meaning, unshakable tranquility, and authentic, self-sourced power. You will begin to experience, with increasing depth and consistency, the deep and abiding satisfaction that comes from living a life in perfect, harmonious alignment with your highest, most virtuous self. The positive transformation is the ultimate one sought by all who tread the Stoic path. A movement from being a fractured, conflicted individual, constantly torn by internal battles and reactive impulses, to becoming an integrated, powerful, serene, and benevolent sovereign of your own precious life. This, in its fullest expression, is the true essence of the Stoic inner glow, the quiet, powerful, unmistakable radiance of a self-mastered, virtuous soul. Your final and most important call to action is to begin your reign today, without delay or reservation. Conduct your very first morning coronation ritual tomorrow. Consciously, deliberately, and joyfully, decide that you will live this day and every day hereafter as the true Stoic ruler of your inner world. This noble endeavor is the continuous, rewarding, and ultimately liberating journey of embodying your highest, most authentic human potential. Today, we have journeyed beyond the fleeting allure of surface appearances to uncover the enduring radiance of the Stoic inner glow. By igniting this fire within, cultivating genuine presence, and learning to live as the wise and virtuous ruler of your own inner kingdom, you unlock a profound power, an authentic charisma, and an unshakable sense of self that is truly your own. Thank you for joining us on this path to true, embodied presence. If these timeless lessons have in any way illuminated your own path forward, please show your support by liking this video, sharing your commitment to your inner glow in the comment section below, and subscribing to Stoic Ruler for more indispensable wisdom on the art of mastering your life.